There we go. Good evening, everybody.
How's it
Good
going?
evening.
I say, guys, got to talk too. It's not just
No?
me,
Oh yeah.
man.
I
Don't
didn't.
rely
I
on
didn't.
me, man.
I didn't hear you at
I,
first.
I was
said,
I
how's
hit the wrong.
everybody doing?
I'm doing good. Do you guys doing good?
Excellent.
Always.
Excellent.
I heard you guys were
Mm.
busy today.
Oh, there's
Oh,
way too much to keep up with. Where this is not as even compared to what's coming in by the end of the month.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well,
So
if
what do you
everything
guys?
goes
tell me
right,
how
we got
many.
3 roof jobs coming in and
Oh
a full
my!
slide out rebuild. We just did half a
Holy
slide out today. Cabinet work.
what?
It's it's getting to the busy season, I guess.
But that's good, right?
They
Yeah. It's
no,
never
they
ends.
they got me working. They got me working. I'm half handicapped.
I'm half handicapped. That's awesome.
Yeah, only half my body works.
That is true. I
Oh.
have to say that I do know that for. I don't know that. I mean, I know that for a fact because I've seen the pictures.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, I
So,
was pretty messed up for a while.
so I know we missed last week and we had a little bit of stuff
Mm.
going on. So actually, more Nick. You had more enough stuff going on than we did. So, how you doing,
Yeah.
Nick? Everything good?
I'm good. It's
You
been
getting through it?
yeah, it's been a rough couple of weeks.
Yeah,
It's
I
been
can say
interesting.
so. Then on top of that, you got to work.
Yeah.
It's,
Always got to
it's
work. It doesn't matter what's going on in life. You got to
right.
work. You got to pay the bills. You got to get people
Exactly.
camping.
So coming up in the
Yeah.
show today, we're going to talk about some floors. We're going to talk about a little bit of roof. And actually, I've got you guys sent me a picture. I did not know you guys could do awnings on the side of just construction trailers or just a trailer, right?
Yeah, utility trailer.
Which
Yep. Hmm.
that is that. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm like, I think I kept putting in there. I want one.
Mm.
I want one.
Yeah, we can put them on the cargo
Mm.
trailers, the food trailers. You can put them on the Ford Transit vans because they have
Mm.
ones that come out of the roof. So you can mount
Right.
them practically to any kind of van or utility vehicle, whatever. You can put them on there.
Yeah,
That
they
is
have roll
awesome.
out ones, manual, electric.
Oh no, I don't want one of the cranky things. I want a bit of push a
Oh,
button.
you
Go.
could. Oh, like the old pop-ups where you had to get up there, unzip the bag, and then you had to
Oh,
fold it
remember
out,
those?
and then yep, they still got
Yeah.
them. They still got
Oh,
them.
But
that's about as wrong as
yeah,
it gets.
put the poles in there, and the wind come
Yeah,
along and blow it away. Start over again.
yeah.
That's
You're laying on
crazy.
the roof.
Right? Yeah, nope. I'm all good. Let's talk. Let's. You know, we're also going to talk about is trailering, towing and
Mm-hmm.
towing. Let me tell you, I see. So since I've been driving back and forth from Georgia the last 5 months, if not more, um, dude, I have seen some of the most retarded, and I know I'm not supposed to say that word,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm going to say the word
No.
because it's not even retarded. It's just moronic people trying pulling trailers and campers and I mean,
Yeah.
it's just you got to sit there and you go. I mean, maybe it was an emergency, and that's why they're doing it the way they're doing it. But
Yep.
I,
I mean, no emergencies
I
worth your life or other people's lives. They're
No.
doing 70
right
miles an hour down the road with towing
75,
something.
dude.
Yeah.
I average 78 to 80 on cruise
Okay.
control in the middle or right lane, so I'm not eating up that left lane, right?
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about this at the end of the, near the end of the show. But this dude came by me. His ass was dragging on the ground, pulling. It was an RV pulling a camper, pulling a smaller camper.
That should be illegal.
I didn't think
It's
that was
just.
legal. And he passed me like I was standing still. I'm like, good God, But anyway,
Yeah,
I
that's
work
too
with that.
dangerous.
I don't want to get to. So we're
Mm.
going to talk about floors today.
Yeah.
To start the show
Floors,
off. And
yeah.
I guess so. Joey, you sent me this picture, right? And you see, this is how the new floors are made.
Yeah, then
Yes,
styrofoam floor.
the new floorings, the bottom of that picture is actually the frame of the RV, the travel trailer. And then on the top is the floor that they put on top of there. Now they have a plastic barrier on the bottom, the aluminum beams, sandwich styrofoam in between two pieces of Luan. You get a water leak or the Luan rots away. You can't repair this floor and put it back to factory condition unless the whole unit goes to the factory, because after this floor is put in, then the walls are built on top of it.
Hmm.
Uh, these floors are absolute junk, and
Garbage.
anybody that's buying a new RV, I suggest they ask or look at what type of flooring is in it, and if it has this flooring in it, walk away
Yeah.
So
because
that piece of plastic on the bottom, Nick, I mean Nick and Joey, is when you say that's plastic, is it a plastic piece of thick plastic or is it like plastic sheeting?
it's
Yeah.
cheating over the
It's
top of Luan. So you got two pieces of Luan sandwiched in between that aluminum frame that's glued together. So if you get a soft spot in the kitchen, which happens on a daily basis, we're getting phone
yeah.
calls for this.
You mean something
There's
like that?
no, no, that's a slide out route. That's a slide out floor.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
That, I'll show you something. That is made out of this particle board
Presswood,
right here, okay?
Hmm.
This is OSB. This
right?
garbage is the same garbage they're using on homes, and they're leaving out on roofs, and they're leaving them out in the rain. Contractors are doing this all over Pasco County. And the RV industry is using it on slide out floors, and a lot of your bigger RVs, they'll use it for the floor. Well,
Hmm.
OSB board, people say, "Oh, it can get wet. It's so strong." That's a bunch of baloney, because I could put a piece in a bucket of water and it'll look like mush tomorrow.
Really? So it all just
Yes.
delams.
Yeah. And there's a glue
Yeah.
that
Well,
holds it
all
together
this.
that eventually separates.
Yeah. And what makes it
Wow.
separate worse in Florida is we got the heat, and then you got the water. So you got two things that are releasing the glue. That's the styrofoam floor right there
Yeah.
that has a soft spot in it that you can't repair. We cut it out. We have a way that we repair them, but
Hmm.
it's not back to factory specs. But we haven't had no problems the way we repair
Yeah.
them as of
You'll
right
never be
now
able to,
at all.
yeah, you'll never be able to
What, Nick?
That's
recreate you'll never be able to recreate that the factory floor like that unless you take the whole unit off the frame. And the one in the picture, one of the issues that was coming up was the steps were falling off the camper. So that's the entrance doorway, and they run the carriage bolts through the top into the floor into the aluminum beams, and then that gets bolted to the step. And as the styrofoam breaks down and it gets wet, it causes the step and the carriage bolts to come to pull through that flooring and causes issues or a lack of entrance into your camper because the floor is rotted out.
that is nuts.
Mm. I mean, it's pretty
I
thick
mean,
styrofoam. But once it gets wet, it's just a nightmare. A lot of people notice it when uh, it starts bubbling. It makes like little pimples in the flooring and the vinyl.
that is horrible.
Yeah,
And they
or the
do that on
vinyl will
purpose.
start turning. The vinyl will start turning color. It'll
Yeah,
turn
it'd be
like a
like
black color or mold color, and
black,
you'll
green,
smell like a
purple.
mold
It's crazy.
inside.
Yeah,
Yeah, green,
um,
purple.
I would say it's about 70% of the campers that do get that water damage, they end up getting totaled because there's just no way. I mean, it's just hard to properly fix the floor.
That is
Mm.
nuts. Oh, and then you showed a picture of that.
Mhm.
That's an OSB floor, which is half
Mhm.
the problem, because when it rots out, we'll take pressure treated wood in the rotted section and we'll
Mhm.
reframe the floor so it's stronger than before, and then we'll put
Mhm.
a piece of regular plywood in its place. We won't put
Yeah.
OSB board back.
Yeah, and the
So
difference between when we were using the plywood to the OSB is we have to use a self-leveling sealer or cement. So this way
yep,
we can float the floor back to where OSB, because you can't 3/4 OSB and 3/4 inch plywood are not actually the same size, even though they're
right.
both 3/4.
So they don't use marine grade wood in
Oh
No,
these
no, what
campers?
are you?
mm-mm,
No,
no,
But
no.
wouldn't that make it
unfortunately.
more sense?
It make them too heavy for the people to tow. And that's the problem they're
Ah,
Mm,
having. They
gotcha.
want to sell more campers
no,
for these newer SUVs and stuff to tow, so they're making them light, and everything's just literally falling apart in them, John. I
That's
mean,
sad.
even the shades, when you go to put the shades up and down,
Yep.
the screws are just popping out of the wall. They're screwed into the Luan, and then the shade is just falling apart. You know, the
You
day
know,
night shades.
yeah. The so back in the, I was back in a long time ago when I was really young. I worked for a, a marina when I was a teenager and a little bit older. And I watched these guys build these boats, and I'm like, they were because they use marine plywood, like pressure treated whole 9 yards. And I said, doesn't that make it very heavy because it's in the water? Doesn't matter. I said, but yeah, but you're going to
Yeah,
cost people. It's going to take, it's going to take more motor to push it. He goes, if you're buying a boat like this, fuel's not an issue for you.
correct. Hey Nick, are you
So,
froze? Yeah, he was
oh,
froze.
it's good old
there he
Spectrum.
is. Spectrum. Yay. Thanks, Spectrum. You're awesome. Not really. Just saying. You're really
I was
not.
like, what happened to him?
Yeah.
So on the road here lately, boys. Let me see if I can
Mhm.
find this picture. This is what I'm seeing.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
How
oh
about
yeah, that's one
that?
of our vans. I've seen that around.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, that's pretty cool, man. I was going
Let me
down the
tell
road.
you
I'm like,
what, and NH Marketing did a fantastic design and a job on that van like I've never seen before. And him and
Yeah.
Nick worked together, and they came up with this design. And I'm telling you, people, Nick, how
Mm.
many compliments you get on that van?
Oh, they love it. I mean, people were before when we first got the van wrapped. Shit, I didn't want to see it until that Monday to pick it up, and people were like, "Oh my god, the van looks great! I can't believe it." And they're like, "We're gonna send you pictures." I said, "Don't send me pictures. I don't want to see it. I want to see it in person."
so my
we did the
question
we
to
did
you
the
guys
trailer.
is are your shirts going to become a different color now?
Yes.
So we have two.
So you
Yeah, we have a teal and we do have a red. So basically, that represents the red was his color as the father, and mine was teal, and that's how we came up with the colors.
I
Son's
like the
taking
teal.
over.
Mm,
Well, that's what you wanted, buddy. That's
Yep.
yeah.
what you wanted. So, hey, Joey, you had a big job come in this week, or I don't know if it was a big job, but I didn't get turned into a big job.
Mm,
What in the God's green earth is going on there?
Right. Let me tell you what happened. This is Grand Design. They've got a reputation on the internet. I don't know who's doing it, saying they're the best. But they just had bought this unit at Lazy Days, and there was a leak. So Lazy Days said, "Oh, we'll take care of the leak. We'll go up there and patch it." Well, the unit's got some road dirt on the roof from sitting on her lot. It happens, all the
mm,
dust. That's why you see it dirty. But they
Yeah.
didn't even bother to clean the roof, and they put the sealer down, and the guy drives home, and you see where the sealer is. It's flying off the roof when this unit should have never left the lot, because
mm.
it needs a whole new rubber membrane. You see the ripples. The membrane is unglued from the roof right there.
Yeah.
There's no adhesion right
Wait,
there. That's
it,
why it
it's
buckled.
the roof is coming loose.
Yeah, the
Yes,
membrane
the
itself
whole
that sticks to
membrane.
the. Mhm.
So
Yes.
that's what
So you'll
that's what
get.
the little ripples are.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Mhm.
So
Wow,
now the
that's
customers fighting with Grand Design because we have to replace that whole rubber roof. You're talking twelve
Yeah.
to $17,000.
Mhm.
What?
Yes,
Holy
sir.
cow.
That's what we get
And
for
so
their roofs. There's 12 to 17.
so when you take that off, that's what you see.
Yeah, you're gonna see
Y-
that plywood
Yeah,
under there.
yeah, you don't see that big hole. That's
Yeah.
if you leave it the way Lazy Days left it. That's what
Yeah.
you see when that OSB board rots away
Mhm.
on you.
Yeah.
Oh my lord.
That one.
So can they not spray some can they not seal I mean, I know this is, dumb question, but
Mm.
my brain goes, if you're gonna wind up using this crap, why don't you put
Mhm.
something on it that makes it a little more a little more sturdy for the weather and the
That
humidity and the
that
heat and the
OS
water.
that OSB board is actually coated with a glue, and then it's
Mm.
got a rubber membrane on it, so the glue itself should seal that. But
Yeah.
that OSB board, I mean, I go through developments, new developments, and when I see that on a house or that other stuff with the green wrap over it, zip grip, whatever they're calling it now,
Yeah.
if you see this on a house, you better run because the builder don't know what they're doing.
So
They really don't.
you know those condos behind
Mm.
the mall?
Yeah.
Correct.
Mhm. Apartments. Mhm.
All the siding is this stuff.
Yeah. I I I think
I
it should be
remember when they
against
were
code to
building
use it,
those. I
especially
would
in
think they are.
yeah.
No,
To me, it
it's
does.
not against
Oh.
code, and the reason it's not is because there's got to be some kind of corruption because any person in the world knows that this stuff is garbage and it's going to blow away in a
Mhm.
hurricane. For instance, down there in Punta Gorda, they had a doctor, this millionaire doctor, whatever he was, a plastic surgeon. All the houses on the block were from 1965 to 75. He builds a
Wow.
brand new house, hurricane proof, to code. The hurricane came through. One other
Yeah.
house lost the gutter. He lost the whole house. It
Mhm.
was to the ground.
Yeah.
What?
That
I think
was
there
to
was one
code.
one
Yes.
story left. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Mm.
That
Dude,
that
that
was
is
to code.
nuts.
Mm.
That is
But
nuts,
So
nuts.
either
I don't yeah.
I think on
so
the
it's
floors though on an RV they should come out with some kind of 3D printed floor. That's
Oh,
yes,
just
yes, yes.
this way it's multi-layered. It'll just and then they play it in sheets, so it could still be 4x8 sheets or 4x8.5 if you're a toy hauler, and put it in sections. So this way
right.
it's basically a plastic, so it's not going to deteriorate unless it's in the sun. Most of the 3D plastics are pretty durable unless they're in the sun, from my own experience. I don't know
Why
different
can't
materials.
they take two all right, so if you guys start doing this, I want intellectual rights. So why don't you
All right.
Okay.
take a piece of not you guys, I mean the industry, half
Mhm.
inch, and then you run a layer of Kevlar and then go with a quarter-inch ply and sandwich those together and make that the floor. Because that Kevlar will make that floor bulletproof and
Mhm.
keep it lightweight.
Yeah, it would be
Correct.
lightweight.
Yeah.
That's
It's
one thing the industry's got to change is the way they do these floors.
and
Because
Kevlar's
I mean,
cheap to
just
make.
mhm.
The
So
industry is just really fouled up because it's like building inspectors and people who write the codes, the same engineers that are engineering these blueprints to make these RVs. In my
right.
opinion, when you have that engineer degree on the wall, you a
Yep.
dummy. I'm sorry. You
Hey,
if you got the
I'm not a
engineer degree,
dummy. I have
no,
2.
you're a dummy.
I I have 2 engineering degrees. I have an electrical engineering degree and I have a arts degree. That's how I got into the film and audio industry because I
Oh,
figured
nice.
if I'm not gonna work in the industry, which I needed my, engineering degree to be able to do that, but I'm gonna work on the
Mm,
equipment that's in the industry, which hence the electrical
Okay.
side. And so I can
Yeah.
take all this stuff apart and put it back together. Of course, again, my degree is, let's see, I'm 58 and I graduated at 23. So yeah, I'm 35 years
Mm.
old.
Yeah.
An
Yeah.
engineering degree. That was back in the day when you actually had to do something
Yeah.
to
You had
get,
to take the test. You couldn't get the answers online.
no, you had to know your shit. That's just the way it was.
Yeah.
So, but yes, I am not a dummy.
Mm.
That's why I'm working. That's why I do what I do, and I work with the people that I work with. So, um,
Mm.
Yeah, but
but it
you're
is.
not an engineer contractor.
Oh
Mm.
Lord, no, 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 no. Let's not. No, don't throw me
I'm
in with that
talking about
crowd.
contractors.
Mm.
Oh,
It
yeah. I
it
was
always just
talking.
seems about the money.
Well, I heard that you can the
Mm.
test to get your GC license, and I'm not. Look, I know a bunch of GCs, and they're all, and a most of them are good guys. They really are.
Good people. Yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
but it's an open book test. How do you
Mm.
fail an open book test?
Well,
Uh,
it's a
I
big
could
book.
probably fail
It's
it,
a big
John.
book,
John,
and you get
Well,
it.
John,
you
I've
can
failed
take it
some
as
open
many
book
times
tests
as you
myself.
want.
You know.
Right?
I could
God,
fail it. No, no lie.
I don't think you, Jim, Joey. I just don't
But
think you'd fail a general contractor's
on
test. I don't.
on on a good note, listen to this. The governor, I got a friend that works up there. And after all these pool companies did what they did lately, by ripping the people off,
Yeah.
he's gonna outlaw qualifiers for it's coming. It's gonna be the next year for any type of business. If you're the GC, your name, and that's got to be your company only. They're not going to let you borrow somebody else's license to go do this or go borrow somebody's pool contractor license to qualify you to put in pools, Joe Blow, whoever, because
Right.
this is wrong. It's just like the RVs. If you're not smart enough to get the license yourself, then what the hell are you doing building?
Mhm.
Right. No, no,
Mhm.
I 100% agree. Well, when we do, when I build studios, um, I have a GC that I'll use to do the build out. And he has electric as well, and he'll run the master electric, but they won't touch the low voltage. That's 100% me,
Mm.
because that low voltage is you have no idea how important that is in a studio.
Yeah.
And it's got to be done right. It's like, runs, lengths, stuff like that. So, pull power. I'll tell them this outlet's going to be for this, so it's got to be to draw this. It's I don't just say put a plug over there and make it 15 amp.
Mhm.
That's not what you do, because the way the systems kind of work.
Hey, you know
So I
what?
Don't
want
worry
to.
about
We made a
interference.
we made a left turn. We need to talk about some trailers. Let Nick see these
Well,
pictures. He's gonna laugh.
Oh.
Hey, that's one we just did.
I know. I wanted to
Yeah.
show this one because this is the picture that made me go, "I want one on mine. I want one on mine."
Yeah.
'Cause, dude, that's awesome.
Mm. Yeah, we had to take
And
the
that
inside walls down to put that in.
oh, did you really?
That one didn't. Yeah, that one didn't land on on the stud because they wanted it. It had to be far enough to the front to clear the door, went all the way out, and fully accessible for car parts to get in and out. But it had to be enough back to clear the running lights for DOT codes. So we were kind of
Right.
stuck in a rock and a hard place. So we were off center from the beam, but we ran 2x3. No, we had to shave down a 2x4 to fit in between the steel studs and then anchor that into
Yep.
the steel beams that hold the trailer together.
Is that a 16-foot awning?
That is 20.
That's
20?
20.
Yep.
Oh,
20
yeah, I
foot
didn't see the
11
other.
An
LED
11-year-old
lights.
girl paid for that trailer, and she also paid to have the awning put on. She drives race car, a drag car, and
Golly.
she has a bunch of sponsors.
Good
Yeah.
for her. That is
So
awesome.
we gave
I
her
c
we gave him a deal of a lifetime just because
Yeah.
how many 11-year-olds are paying you and buying new trailers, and she had to
Yeah.
buy a truck and to build a
right.
race car, and this is amazing, just amazing. No, but she
That
didn't
is
use
It's awesome.
anybody's money.
Well, that's nice. I mean, good for her, man. So
Mhm.
yeah, so we're gonna talk about let's talk about some trailering real quick. So I found this video, and we can
You
talk
gotta
over the
add
videos.
time.
That's fine. We're good. So
Yeah.
so this is from U-Haul of all places, and they show you
Oh boy.
how to actually
Oh,
trailer correctly.
mhm,
Like, don't put all your weight in the back. It's got to be, it can't
mhm,
be too front heavy, but
mhm.
it's got to be where it's supposed to be, because if you don't,
Yeah.
you're literally
Yeah.
all over the place.
Mm,
Which I found this I'm like, okay, as much as I like to make fun of U-Haul,
mm,
but I've used them a lot in the last couple of months.
mm.
I mean, actually last year, I mean, a lot. So to me,
Very educational.
yep, that's very educational,
Mhm,
especially, so, but now we're gonna get into people that obviously have not watched that video, right? So,
mhm,
we're gonna talk about what happens when you're towing a large trailer, uh, underpowered, right? So,
mm.
I love watching these videos. Like,
Oh my
that
god.
guy's that guy is not prepared to be pulling, and
No.
I'll guarantee you it's loaded to the hilt and everything's in
Mhm.
the back.
Watch this. There he goes. I knew he
Oh
was
my
going, John.
god,
No.
dude. That is
That's a
nuts.
shame. All to
I
save
mean,
3
it's like
minutes.
all to save 3 minutes. Yep. Oh, oh,
Yep.
that's a bad day.
Hurdled.
That's a bad day.
Yep.
And when you come
So some of
around
these
these
people think they
trucks,
just do 90 miles an hour down the road.
right?
Mix a
Come around these
vacuum.
trucks.
Yeah.
Exactly. You hit that wake and
Mhm,
it's like,
mhm.
yep, you're done.
We
Guarantee
had a
there's no
customer that
weight
actually
distribution. Yeah, dude, I'm
mhm.
telling you right now.
Oh,
So,
one of our
I got to go ahead, keep talking, man.
Oh, one of our customers actually just left, and he was telling me about, he was coming up beside, a semi, and a guy, and he was doing about 70 miles an hour, and he was just kinda even with the semi, kinda backtracking a little bit, but a guy blew by him over 100 miles an hour, and it caused such a and just a, regular SUV, and it caused, such a vacuum or turbulence, it picked up the rear end of his truck and put it over into the other lane, like,
Yeah.
just so even people that aren't towing the trailer, when you're around these semis and other people towing trailers, you gotta be really cautious and courteous to other people driving on the road, because it's not only your life in your hands, it's your life and their life in your hands.
Yep. Now, who hasn't done this?
Oh, what are
I'm
you gonna
gonna
say?
have to admit, the first time I ever owned a trailer of any
Just
kind, I did this.
There we
just
go.
oh,
Kaboom.
okay. I
Give me
I thought the pop-up was gonna collapse.
That's what your dad
No, I
said when
was
I first showed it to him. He's like, "Oh, it's gonna
Oh
fall."
my
Nope.
gosh.
It's like they both got in the back of the
Oh,
camper at the same time.
mhm.
I'm like,
Oh,
"Oh,
we've
Jesus, dude. That's what little stanchions are for. Use them.
oh,
Put the jacks down."
yeah, that happened to my mom
Oh,
quite a bit and I when we were cleaning.
oh, this is hilarious.
Oh
Oh,
my
oh,
god.
oh, oh, oh,
That's
oh,
it.
oh, 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 crap. Nobody's behind the wheel. What the hell, man? Oh my God, dude. Now, if everything is running, yeah, your engines are
You
gonna
might
be
be
okay,
alright.
but
Yeah.
your insides is gonna be wet. It's gonna suck.
Mhm. Yeah.
Now,
Oh, here
who
goes the AC units.
yep.
there we go. Kabang.
Mm,
Hey, West Coast RV. Better come see
yep.
us.
There's
Did you
some
see
people
it?
that do that just for the insurance claims.
No, they do not. Do they
Yep.
Oh
really?
yes.
Mhm. Yep. You'll
Yes.
see it with, like, really expensive A classes and it happens quite a bit up north, is they'll just take them and they'll run them into the bridge, and it's just they know it's too short, and
Oh,
sometimes there's no
this
place
is
to turn around, so what the hell
right.
is this, a
This is
blowout?
hilarious. No, he has his brakes on, or
Oh
it's in
my
drive, or it's in park.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Mhm.
And this guy's trying to like, hey, and then the guy just takes off and goes.
Oh my god. At least he's got those rear tail lights though on the bed.
Yeah, boy. I mean, that's making it safe, right? Oh,
Yep.
Christ's sake.
That's
And this is the last one, and I'll
number
stop.
5.
You. It's like, oh, hey,
This
hey, I can make it. I can. Oh,
Uh,
Uh-oh, uh-oh, oh,
no.
oh, where's the
Uh,
brake? Where's the brake?
uh,
It's four-wheel drive, damn it,
uh,
I tell you, it's four-wheel drive.
you want you wanted a waterfront spot, so there you go.
There you go, man. You got it.
Mm,
Oh my God. That is so funny. Anyway, I know we shouldn't be making fun of people, but
mm,
so look, this is the one thing that I tell everybody. I didn't choose any of this because of thing. So if you want to get this is what you need on your trailer.
mhm,
Every trailer needs this, in my opinion. Now, I picked
yeah,
a normal trailer, but everybody needs a weight
mhm,
distribution. Everybody does,
yep, it's definitely
right? And
yes, yep,
you don't want to look like this guy where your ass is
no,
sitting on the
you
ground.
definitely don't wanna yeah, definitely don't wanna be doing that. That
No,
unit,
right?
that is way too big for that Armada, the pool. Or is that Infinity? I think
And
it's Infinity.
infinity. And no,
Hey,
so here's a
Yeah.
special guy. You're gonna love this guy.
John's got a John's got a video of you
What the
backing the RV
hell?
into the water.
We already
Look
played
at
that with
that
Joey. He
thing.
was on his phone. Joey was on his phone. He wasn't even
Yeah,
paying attention.
he was a
So there's a special
what
hitch
kinda
for you,
setup is that?
right?
That's a nice one. It's a
Yeah,
telescopic.
yeah. I think
Mhm.
someone went and bought a sleeve and turned into another sleeve, an extension. And then look at the chain. Look at the chain things on the side
Yeah,
where they could tighten the whole
like,
thing down so it'll stick straight.
what are they towing with that? I want
Oh my god,
like,
dude, I have no idea. I mean, that's nuts, right?
you
And I
you know what
do
I think they're doing there? I think that they have a truck bed camper, and they're towing something behind it.
oh, that would make sense.
I
It's
It's
still
the
not
only thing I could
safe,
think of. Just
but it
no,
makes
it's definitely
sense,
not safe.
right? And then you got these guys,
Mhm.
truck pulling a
Yep,
trailer.
Yeah.
And
yep. That's
I don't
that's
care.
normal.
I can't,
It's
I just,
I don't like it. I don't like it.
nope, I don't like it either.
You
But hey,
You should be
so I
required to have
saved,
a CDL if you're doing that.
right. I
you
saved the best
you
for
just
last.
can't be over 53
There
feet.
you go.
Hey, see that, Nick? I told you we should cut a
Mm,
hole in your roof. This way we could tow the fifth
you
wheels around. We
you
take
remember
that brand new
there was a
car. Just
Volkswagen Beetle that did this too.
Yes,
yep.
there was.
Mhm.
But it was built to do that.
It's
I'm not quite sure this was
yeah.
built to do that. But
Mhm.
you know what? I mean, there was several pictures of this, and there was a picture of it turned the right way. I think what he did there is he
Mhm.
went in part so that way, he could use it. But that is quite interesting. So the grand old
Yeah.
question comes to this: fifth wheel or pull behind? What's better?
So I talked to a lot of people about this. It's really a preference. I I would s yeah, I would say the travel trailer. I like the travel trailer. The fifth wheels are nice, but they do tow better though too.
They
It's
do
just
tow
But
preference.
better,
Yeah.
the
but
fifth wheel backing in, you can pivot better. When you're backing in these
Mhm.
tight
Yeah.
campgrounds, you can pivot your
Mm.
truck and get them in the hole. Where the travel trailer, you need 30 feet in front of you, 20 feet
okay,
behind you. It's
Mhm.
just a lot harder because you're turning at the rear of the truck. Where when it's
Mhm.
in the center of your axle, your truck can pivot. The fifth wheel can be over here, and you can still be backing it in.
gotcha.
Yeah, not have any issues. As long as
That
you don't have a
makes
sliding hitch and it's in the wrong position.
right, yeah. So I mean, but I tell you what, I've put my camper in places that when I got there, it's amazing, when you rent a space or you have a client that rents a space and they're using your trailer, and you tell people,
Mm.
I'm a I'm pretty good at backing a trailer in, and then you show up and they look at it and go, yeah, you'll never get that in there, and I'm like, you let me try first before you tell me, and I can put something. I've gotten that trailer into places that people are like, I can't believe you did that. And I'm like, yeah, I did. So, but anyway, I think, I figured we'd end the show on some funny stuff because I tell you, man,
Yeah.
I have seen some seriously just crazy stuff driving back and forth as much. I'm going to get a dash cam
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm going to,
It's always good for
and
people
I'm
to have
actually,
one.
well, I think you should have one period. So,
Mhm.
but I'm also going to get a new rig where I can leave my iPad a little bit higher, so I can just hit the record button, so I can watch stuff that goes past me, and then we'll post it on the show. I think it'll be funny. So, hey,
Hey
so we've
John,
run out of
you
time.
should. Hey John, you should show
Yeah.
Nick the video of the guy back in the RV into the water with his boat.
We s-
That should
we s-
that should be
we
funny.
s-
Yeah, your dad. I love Joey. Yeah, Joey, we watched
Mhm.
that one already, bud.
Yeah, it was on
Oh,
there.
we did watch it.
Mhm.
I
Yeah, you
wasn't
were
Yeah.
on your
paying
phone.
attention.
I know.
I
I
had
Uh,
was
somebody
watching
text
you.
me about an RV up in damn Brooksville.
Yeah,
So
I saw you. I figured, oh, he's working. That's what he's doing. But
mhm.
all right. So hey, we'll be back next week. We'll talk to you some more about some great RV. Actually, next week I'm going to talk. I'll bring to the table an RV location that I thought was pretty stinking cool. Haven't stayed there yet, but
Okay.
I did drive in and check it out. I'm like this really nice place. So all right,
Sweet.
you got to. So give me a tip, Nick. I need a tip, man.
Uh, well, it's not really a tip, but
All right.
on the weight distribution hitch, when you're so
Yes.
basically you lower down to the ball, you lock it in, and then you raise the trailer up, and that's when you put your chains and stuff on or your stabilizer bars. That's the way to do it. You don't put it all the way down the ball and then try to get and then sit there and pry on the sway bars and try to get them
Right.
into position. You have to take the weight off the
Right.
tongue of the trailer.
And that's a good tip because you
That's
know what? I've seen people that and they could
mhm.
I've seen people take their trailer and okay, so okay, is there such thing? We're gonna bust this myth right now. Is there such thing
Mm.
as ball grease?
as what?
As
Ball
ball
grease.
grease.
Ball
So
grease.
it's regular grease, but I don't want to call it ball grease. But there's people that do grease their toe hitch balls.
They're,
Two inch balls.
you were gonna say their balls.
we're
He
not
had to
talking. We're
stop
not.
for a second there.
We're not talking Mando here. That new product. We're not talking Mando, but so I've heard guys come in and it's like you can tell it's metal on metal, and it's
Mm-hmm.
like and you can look at it. And I've seen one. I saw this one guy pull in and it was smoking. I don't know what was going on with his, but it
No,
was it looked like it was hot. So
a lot of friction in there then.
a lot of friction going on. With that being said,
Mhm.
everybody remember grease your balls. It's good for you.
That's it. Use some
And
olive
we'll see.
oil if you're at
At, le-
home.
Yeah.
at least
Well,
lubricate them.
you can lose whatever you want to use. Just remember, keep them balls greased. We'll see everybody next week on Grounders TV.